Hi, hello students. In this video, we are continuing the MCQ concepts on structure of atoms. Now, the 16th question is the orbitals in an atom are filled in the order of increasing order of those energy. It is nothing but Above principle. Above is nothing but building of blocks. Building of blocks. Remember. So option 1 is the correct option. Coming to the 17th question, electromagnetic energy is characterized by wavelength and frequency. Option 3 is the correct option. It is a standard bit. Now the next question is 18th question. Degenerated or orbitals are means. See, look at here. Orbitals which are present in the same subshell having the at most same energy levels are considered as the degenerated orbital. P shell, nothing but P subshell will have three degenerated orbital px, py, pz, and in the similar way D subshell also will have five sub five orbitals dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square minus y square. So the option is second option. Size of the atom. See, size of the atom is measured in terms of Armstrong unit. 1 Armstrong unit is equal to 10 to the power of minus 10 meters. Option 3. It is the radius of the atom, unit for the radius. Remember this point. Question number 20. Splitting of the spectral lines in the electric field is called. Question number 20. Splitting of a spectral lines in the presence of the electric field, it will be called as the Stark effect. Stark effect is nothing but a splitting of spectral lines in the presence of the electric field. And coming to the Zeeman effect, splitting of spectral lines in the presence of the magnetic field, that is called Zeeman effect. So option 1 is not the correct option. And the photoelectric effect is nothing but, see, when the light is fall on the metallic surface, the electrons will be ejected from that metallic surface. This is called photoelectric effect. Coming to the Hund's rule, this is the rule which explaining about the filling of the electrons in case of the degenerated orbital. Coming to the Stark effect, splitting of spectral lines in the presence of the electric field. So option 4 is the correct option for the question number 20. Question number 21. The reason that n is equal to 1, L is equal to 1, ML is equal to 0, MS is equal to plus 1 by 2 is not possible. Look at here. So before going to discuss this question, in n is equal to 1 in the first main energy level, we will have only one s subshell. In n is equal to 2, the second main shell, nothing but n equal to 1 is the k shell and n is equal to 2 is the L shell. In the L shell, we will have 2s and 2p. In the M shell, we will have the n value is 2. In this, we have 3s, 3p, and 3d. In the similar way, in the capital N shell, the small n value is 4, 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f will be existed. And look at here, in the first main energy level, we will have only one subshell, that is 1s subshell. In the second main energy level, we will have 2s and 2p. And the p subshell will be begins from the minimum value of n equal to 2. In the similar way, 3s in the third main energy level, we will have three subshell, namely 3s, 3p, 3d. The d subshell will be begin from the minimum n value, small n value is 3, where small n is the principal quantum number. In a similar way, 4f subshell will begins from the principal quantum number value n equal to 4. Now, the n equal to 1 is nothing but it is the one main energy level, and the L is equal to 1 will be P subshell. So 1P will not be existed in the first main energy level. Once check the options. N is equal to 1 is possible for the value of L is equal to 2 only. No, this is wrong answer. and the n is equal to plus 1, possible value of only L value is 0. So this is the correct option. Option 2 is the correct option for question number 21. Now the question number 23. The emission spectra consist of bright spectral lines on the dark background. Which one of the following does not corresponding to the bright spectral lines? So option here given as frequency and emitted radiation, wavelength and the emitted radiation, energy emitted, the radiation, the velocity of that light. So the option 4 is the correct option. Why? Because we could not learn the concept of velocity of light in the emission spectra and the absorption spectra, and it tells about the spectrum will tells about wavelength, frequency and energy, but not velocity. So option 4 is the correct option for question number 22. And coming to the question number 23, according to the Aufbau principle, the electron has a tendency to occupy orbitals which have lower energy level. So option 2 is the correct option for the question number 22. Coming to the question number 23, sorry, question number 23 is finished, whatever it may be. Coming to the question number 24, Rutherford proposed his atomic model based on the alpha scattered ray experiment. This concept is there in the 9th class. Once go through it. So, based upon the alpha scattered experiment, Rutherford proposed the Rutherford atomic model. Dual nature of the electron was proposed by. Dual nature of the electron was proposed by the scientist De Broglie. Question number 25. Option 2 is the correct option. And if KLM shells are full as per the Bohr-Bury scheme, then the name of the element is. So in the n is equal to 1, that is nothing but K subshell, we will have 2 electrons. In the similar way, n is equal to 2, that is L subshell, 2 into 2 square, 2 into 4, 8. In the n is equal to 3, M subshell, 2 into 3 square, 2 into 9, total 18. So the question is, KLM shells are present full or as per the Bohr-Bury scheme, then the name of the atom is. Question number 26. So KLMN are present. So once take the atom silicon. In the silicon, the atomic number is 14, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p2 is the atomic number. And coming to the neon, the atomic number is 10, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. And coming to the argon, Ag, the atomic number is 18, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6 is the atomic configuration. Coming to the potassium, K, its atomic number is 19, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1. So all the K, L, M and L electrons are present in the K shell, L shell, M shell and N shell. So the option is 26th option is potassium. And coming to the 27th question. The wavelength of the electron moving with the velocity 2 into 10 to the power of 7 meters per second is. Now look at here. We have the de Broglie expression as of the, see, look at here, derivation of here we have the expression derivation of de Broglie. Derivation of de Broglie relation. Look at here. As of the energy, E of a photon of frequency nu is given by E is equal to h nu, where h is called Planck's constant, and the Einstein equation is Einstein equation E is equal to mc square, where m is mass of the electron, c is the velocity of the electron, and h is the Planck's constant, nu is the frequency. From 1 and 2, I will write mc square is equal to h into nu. But as of the velocity can be written as wavelength into frequency. So from this, I will write frequency can be written as c by lambda. Let us say this as equation A. Now substituting equation A in above 1, we will have mc square is equal to h into, in the place of nu I will write c by lambda. So square and c will get cancelled, you will get m into c is equal to h by lambda. Now m is equal to h by lambda into c. Now look at here, the product of, or look at, I will rearrange the equation like this. That implies lambda is equal to h by m into c. The product of mass and velocity is called momentum, where p is the momentum of the photon. I hope you all of you understood this derivation. Now the question is, calculate the wavelength of the electron having the velocity 2 into 10 to the power of 7 meters per second, and the value of m he mentioned as 9.11. Now, as of the de Broglie equation, the wavelength lambda is equal to h by m into v. The h value is fixed, Nana. This value is 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second. The m value he mentioned as 9.11 into 10 to the power of minus 31, and the velocity also he mentioned 2 into 10 to the power of 7. After calculating this, you will get the answer 3.6 into 10 to the power of 11 meters. So option 4 is the correct option. Once look at the calculation part, you will get that. Question number 28. Elliptical orbitals was proposed by Sommerfeld. See, Sommerfeld introduced the elliptical orbitals in the Bohr's atomic model. Option 2 is the correct option for the 28th question. Question number 29. The electronic configuration of magnesium. The atomic number of magnesium. What is the atomic number of magnesium? Magnesium have the atomic number 12. Electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. Nothing but neon 3s2 is the correct option. So option 2 is the correct option. Question number 29. And coming to the question number 30. Which of the following is the three-dimensional? D orbital will be in three-dimensional. Why? Because it will have dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square minus y square, and dz square. These are all the possible orbitals present in the D subshell. So option, see here the options he mentioned as B and C, only A, only D only, A and C. And coming to the P subshell also, look at here, Px, Py, Pz. It is also in three-dimensional. So option B and C. Option 1 is the correct option.